It's been quite some time since we've seen one of these. We don't need to go through all the fluff here today, but just know that this sidearm is now the best it's ever been, arguably exotic tier, putting it out there as one of the highest DPS primaries available, and today I'm going to show you why. The Seraph Sidearm SI2 is a lightweight frame void energy weapon. You can obtain it from any legendary engram as well as the gunsmith or Zur when they are selling it. It's one of the only sidearms that can roll with Vorpal weapon and is the perk I believe you should be chasing, granting bonus damage against bosses, vehicles and guardians in their super. Full auto is also an excellent secondary perk pick, boosting its ease of access and usability in my opinion. As it's a Seraph weapon, it also has the added bonus of being able to create Warmind Cells as standard, and although these got an effective range nerf, they are still really strong for clearing ads within your combat area with very little effort. As it is, it's really strong on its own, and you can even use the Unstoppable Sidearm mod this season if you're crazy enough, but you can maximise its damage output even more so with a selection of mods. We'll be rocking the Way of the Wraith Night Stalker subclass, and mainly to take advantage of the 30% debuff offered from the Flawless Execution perk by meleeing an enemy after getting a precision final blow whilst crouched. Next, Elemental Wells are all the rage, and with Font of Might's damage buff now at 25%, you can bump this sidearm's damage up easily by collecting a matching Elemental Well to your subclass. There's plenty of ways to create Void Wells, but by far the easiest on hunters is to use the Reaping Well Maker. Any weapon kill after using your class ability will create a Void Elemental Well. Collecting this well will not only grant the Font of Might damage buff, but it'll give you energy to all of your abilities, ultimately reducing your dodge cooldown to create more Void Wells. But if you chuck on the Elemental Charge mod, you'll also become charged with light, granting a 2x stack as you're using a matching Void subclass. You know what's coming next, but Surprise Attack is still S tier for sidearms. When you're charged with light, it'll grant the charge magazine perk when readying or reloading a sidearm. It'll give you a 35% damage buff for 10 shots that hit a target, and it will stack with both the Font of Might and Vorpal weapon perk. Finally, chuck on Global Reach to make the explosions from your Warmind Cells affect a wider area, much like a pre-nerfed non-Global Reach Warmind Cell was, but I digress. Additionally, you can use the utility kickstart mod on your class item to decrease your dodge cooldown even further, as well as focusing strike on your arms to grant class ability energy when causing melee damage. Absolution is also an excellent mod for reducing all cooldowns when collecting an Orb of Power too. Speaking of Orbs of Power, rounding out this build, chuck on the exotic Star Eater scales, which will allow for faster supers when collecting Orbs of Power thanks to the Feast of Light, and why not use the new Ascendancy rocket launcher to get bonus damage with explosive light for the real heavy hitting moments. This build sets the Seraph Sidearm up to be the best it's ever been in Destiny 2. Despite the Warmind Cell nerf, these mods are the single biggest solo combos damage output wise you can create. Making the stars align to activate all the buffs going here is as easy as it gets. Simply dodge, defeat an enemy, collect the Void Well and profit. Chuck in a crouch final blow and then melee a boss or champion and you'll deal huge damage in seconds, turning this legendary sidearm into an exotic, easily putting it out there as one of the highest DPS primary weapons available. If you enjoyed this short build guide, give it a like, why not subscribe too, and also share it with your friends. I've been Truds, this has been your Seraph Sidearm build, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.